I feel that there's a disconnect somewhere.
That man says he is one of the few people in his southern York County neighborhood who did not get a new roof after a hailstorm rolled through the area. And almost everyone I spoke with who has Erie insurance in the Shrewsbury area say their homeowner's insurance company says they did not have enough damage to get a new roof, even though those people are surrounded by neighbors, even right next door, who got approved for a new roof like that. Fox 43 finds out how this could happen.
But all the little dings on this gutter that goes, and you can see the little dings as you go up.
Jennifer Perry shows us some of the damage to her home in New Freedom, York County. A hailstorm rolled through here last spring, leaving its mark.
So I had 2 contractors come out. They both went up on the roof, said that there's enough damage up there that the insurance would easily cover replacement of the roof.
She called Erie Insurance Group, and an adjuster came a few days later.
He denied us right here on the spot.
She was told there was some damage, about $2,200 worth.
He gave me 2 pictures of the roof. I mean, there's a lot more roof up there than that.
Perry finds it hard to believe when neighbors on both sides of her and across the street were all told they had significant damage.
How many people do you know who have gotten new roofs?
I think there is at least 40 in there.
She says she knows of 2 other people who did not get a new roof, and both have Erie insurance.
I have not heard of any other insurance company denying the claim except for Erie.
In nearby Shrewsbury, Jason Weeks is dealing with the same issue.
It's kind of ironic that 2/3 of the community had damage and they got new roofs, but we got denied.
His story is similar to Perry's.
Our next door neighbor, the house down from our next door neighbor, across the street, and then the next community over, I mean, roofs were going up left and right.
An Erie adjuster told him he had hardly any damage.
We got a notice in the mail saying that we got denied from Erie.
He filed a second claim. That got denied too. So we filed a complaint with the state insurance department. He got a letter back from that department stating there is no insurance statute violated by the company's action in this case, and the insurance department is unable to act or change the company's decision.
And I feel like something fishy is going on. I feel that there's a disconnect somewhere.
I did reach out to Erie Insurance to ask them several questions about this story. I was told because of privacy laws, Erie cannot comment on specific policyholder claims. However, a spokesperson did say, quote, "In southern York County, we've received and paid hundreds of hail losses from this most recent event. However, a small percentage of the time, there are claims presented where we find no damage." The Pennsylvania Insurance Department says it has received 14 complaints about Erie Insurance from homeowners dealing with hail damage in 2018. However, that department also says Erie is the second largest homeowners insurer in the state, so that is not really a large number of complaints. If you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at fox43findout@fox43.com.
I'm not trying to get something for nothing. I want what's fair.
That York County man says he feels like his insurance company is blowing off damage to his roof. He says several contractors have told him there is in fact damage.
Meanwhile, his insurance company says he doesn't, and the case is closed. Fox 43's Jackie DeTore joins us now to explain what that man can do now.
That man is one of dozens who have emailed me saying Erie Insurance Group has been denying or lowballing their hail damage claims. As Fox 43 finds out, one man says his only option now is to sue. For homeowners, going on your roof probably isn't an everyday occurrence.
I don't go up on my roof. I'm afraid of heights. You know what I mean? I don't know what's good and what's bad.
That's why Joseph Nolte trusted an Erie Insurance Group adjuster to check his roof in Manchester Township, York County, and explain if he had any damage after a hailstorm in May of last year.
The adjuster told me that we had damage to our ridge vent, our gutters, our downspouts, our fascia, our window screens, the air conditioner vents. That was all damaged, but he said the roof was fine.
Then he started seeing a lot of his neighbors get new roofs. He says he counted 44 new roofs.
It's kind of peculiar how all these homes in this development are all getting roofs put on from hailstorms, and we weren't.
He hired 2 contractors for a second and third opinion.
I had 2 professionals tell me that there's roof damage on my roof, and The insurance company says no.
He then filed an appeal with Erie Insurance and says he spoke with a claims expert for Erie.
I said, I have all this damage, but somehow mysteriously the roof is fine. And he said, yes. And I said, I don't get it. And he said, Mr. Nolte, as far as I'm concerned, this is a done deal.
Nolte then started talking to a lawyer.
We went to the company to try to get him to reconsider it, and they basically said, go pound sand.
The lawyer filed a writ of summons, which is the start of a lawsuit. He says Erie was served that paperwork in December. The lawyer claims Erie Insurance Group acted in bad faith and is seeking a full roof repair for Nolte. He believes another Fox 43 Finds Out report about Erie Insurance Group customers saying their roof claims were lowballed, while other insurance companies paid for new roofs in Southern York County, can help prove the bad faith accusation.
This is a development that's miles away from the other development that you did the story on. So if it's the same company, that's one of the things that you look at in an insurance bad faith case. You say there has to be some type of systematic denial or something in common from all the claims.
When Fox 43 Finds Out recently spoke to an Erie Insurance Group agent, she told us Erie recommends only speaking to contractors who are HAG certified, which means they've specialized in a certain type of roofing training. The lawyer says the contractors who went on Nolte's roof and told him he had damage are all HAG certified. Erie still stood by its decision.
They didn't explain why they think the estimates were wrong, and there were two estimates within $400 or $500 of each other. It wasn't like a vast difference.
As for Nolte, he's been an Erie customer for 38 years. This is the first time he's ever had an issue and is now second-guessing his choice.
You put your faith in this company all these years and never question anything. And now I start to think, well, is there something else I should be questioning as well?
There is one other option besides a lawsuit. People can file a complaint with the Pennsylvania Insurance Department. A spokesperson says the department looks at every complaint to see if the insurance company is following the laws and regulations in the state, and also if it's following the plan or policy in question. It can issue civil penalties or fines against the insurance company. The department does look at both sides of the issue and recommends the customer gives their side of the story, especially if that includes things like a third-party contractor's report. The insurance department told us people filed 14 complaints related to hail damage against Erie Insurance Group last year. It did not find any violations by the insurance company, though that department cannot decide whether or not a specific claim should be paid or if the claim payment was sufficient. Now, this is the third story we've done about Erie Insurance Group and this hail damage claims, and every time I do a story, I get more people emailing me, sharing their side of the story. Last week, we did speak with an Erie Insurance agent. You can find that response on our website, fox43.com.
Two sides, of course, to every story, and I can understand for the homeowners, it can be frustrating when they see neighbors getting new roofs with different insurance companies that they feel like they should have one as well.
Absolutely, and we will be following the lawsuit as it continues to unfold.
And you were talking too last week just how hard it is to tell the difference between blistering and actual hail damage, and that we're not up on our roofs figuring that out, and we're trusting these agents to figure it out for us.
Well, that's what he said in the beginning of the story. You heard him go, I don't like to go on my roof. I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to go on my roof. And that's how a lot of people feel. If you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at fox43findsout@fox43.com. When we originally reached out to the Erie Insurance Group as to why people in York County were getting denied hail damage claims when their neighbors were getting approved, Erie's corporate office didn't answer most of our questions, citing privacy laws. Then after our story aired last month, we had some local Erie insurance agents reach out to us. Fox 43 finds out why those agents are now saying it's not the insurance company that's being deceptive, it's someone else.
Unfortunately, people distrust insurance companies thinking we don't want to pay the claims.
Donna Raba is a local insurance agent and writes for a few homeowners insurance companies, including Erie Insurance Group. She has plenty of Erie customers who have reported hail damage on their properties over the past few months.
Hail damage needs to be about the size of a quarter to actually make damage. If your car is damaged, then there's probably damage on your roof.
She says a lot of people confuse hail damage with blistering. The picture on the right is hail damage, while the photo on the left shows blistering, which Raba says can be a manufacturing issue and is typically not covered by insurance. She says this is why Erie sends a certified adjuster to check out every property damage claim to determine the cause. That adjuster typically takes dozens of pictures. All of them may not be in the report the homeowner gets, though.
They can request all the pictures. I quite often get that request from my clients.
Rabah says not all insurance companies send adjusters to every single claim, which is why she thinks people with other insurance companies may have gotten a new roof, even if they didn't really have hail damage.
When they see their neighbors getting new roofs, they don't have all the facts because they don't know that some insurance companies just pay roof claims.
And she says that can drive everyone's cost up.
I would be really upset to find out that an insurance carrier paid a bunch of claims in my neighborhood and then my rates went up because I'm in that region or that zip code area because they're all getting new roofs.
All of the Erie customers we spoke to, though, say they had contractors tell them they had roof damage. And then the Erie adjuster said they didn't. Rabah says there's a reason for that, too.
You have contractors looking to make a fast buck by going out and swarming the area and telling people they have roof damage when they've never been on top of the roof.
She recommends talking to a contractor who is HAG certified, which means they've gone to extra classes to become a roofing expert. You can even check if a roofer has the certification online just by looking up their name and company.
It's not in our interest or any insurance company's interest not to pay a claim when there is damage. We're not going to pay when there's no damage. There's something called bad faith. If we don't pay a claim and they file a complaint, we get charged thousands of dollars in fines.
Even though Erie customers complain, the agents say Erie still paid a lot of money in hail damage claims last year. More than $2.25 million for a storm in May in southern York County, and more than $16 million for a storm in Lancaster last September. Although no one from Erie could tell us just how many claims were submitted and how many were denied.
We have a lot of claims that come through and get paid. I've had a few that were denied. And again, we showed the pictures, we had an inspector out, we had an engineer out, and there was no hail damage. There was some soft metal that was paid, soft metal damage, but no shingle damage.
We did ask the top 10 homeowner insurers in Pennsylvania if they send adjusters out to every report for hail damage. For the most part, insurance companies say they try to send an adjuster, although some of them say that isn't always the case. Now, to see if your homeowner's insurance company sends an adjuster to look at damage, you can head to our website, fox43.com. And because of my original report about Erie, about 25 insurance agents from York County all got together and had a meeting with experts about how they can better explain hail damage to their clients. Because as you saw in the piece, some people get more pictures than the others, and it can be confusing. A lot of us don't know what's on our roof.
Yeah, a homeowner won't know the difference necessarily between blistering and hail damage.
And of course, a lot of the people we spoke with too have two-story homes. So the chances that you're getting on that roof after a storm and really looking, you're relying on the people who are going on top of your roof and telling you what's up there.
Yeah, you might only be going up there to put up Christmas lights.
Or maybe you don't take them down.
There you go.
And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at fox43finds@fox43.com.
They denied I had hail damage at first, and now a year later, they're telling me that my roof is shot. He came out.
That York County man says he continues to go back and forth with his homeowner's insurance company over hail damage on his roof. Joe Nolte has been going back and forth with Erie Insurance Group for nearly a year. He recently got a letter in the mail stating if he doesn't replace his roof by May 30th, his coverage could be dropped. Fox 43 finds out what that man plans to do now and what your options may be in a similar situation. Joseph Nolte has had the same roof on his home in Manchester Township, York County, for the past 19 years.
If there was a problem with it, it would have never passed zoning or inspections by codes officers, and they never would have been able to sell me the home in the first place.
He recently got this letter in the mail from his homeowner's insurance company, Erie Insurance Group. It reads, quote, "Present roof on dwelling improperly installed and needs completely replaced." The letter goes on to state that Erie is asking for the roof repairs to be done by May 30th, so Nolte's coverage can continue.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Nolte has been going back and forth with his insurance company for about a year. Last May, he filed a hail damage claim for his roof.
I had hail damage. I was told by 2 roofing contractors that I had hail damage.
In July, an Erie adjuster found only soft metal damage on the roof, no physical damage to the shingles. In the report, the adjuster also found some wear and tear on the roof, though Nolte says nothing in the report stated anything about the roof being improperly installed. At that point, Nolte hired an attorney and filed a lawsuit. Then a couple of weeks ago, Erie sent another person to re-inspect the roof because Nolte was disputing the claim, saying he was told by other contractors that he needed a new roof. After that re-inspection, he got the letter.
You want to put your faith in the company, after 38 years, and now, they deny me and they tell me this, and then I get a letter like that, which is just, they're just adding more salt to the wound.
Nolte says he doesn't have the $12,000 it would take to replace the roof. His lawyer says he has never seen a customer receive a letter like this from their homeowner's insurance company.
They've been insuring the house since day one, so you'd figure if it was so bad and installed incorrectly, they never would have insured it for 19 years.
Fox 43 Finds Out reached out to Erie about Nolte's issue. We wanted to know if the insurance company inspects a roof when a person insures a new home. We were told, quote, an agent does visit to generally observe the condition of the home prior to finalizing the policy. The agent does not inspect the roof. Erie only inspects the roof if it is relevant to a claim. When we asked about Nolte's case specifically and why back in July when an adjuster went on the roof they didn't find any issues, Erie told us that they could not speak about this case specifically because of privacy laws. Nolte just wants this whole thing behind him now.
I hope that this will be resolved. Again, it's just about doing the right thing, and I hope that they wake up and do the right thing.
At least one other person in Nolte's neighborhood received a similar letter. Nolte's lawyer has now filed 3 lawsuits against Erie, all related to insurance bad faith. The Pennsylvania Insurance Department says it has received 14 complaints about Erie insurance from homeowners dealing with hail damage back in 2018. It did not find any violations by the insurance company, though the insurance department cannot decide whether or not a specific claim should be paid or if the claim payment was sufficient.
So it put us in a very difficult position, and it would put any consumer in a very difficult position.
That Cumberland County man says a legal loophole stopped him from suing his homeowner's insurance company. Now he wants other people to know so they don't end up in the same situation. Richard Cairo says he was trying to be a nice guy and work out an issue with his insurance company without going through the legal system. Now he says that was a mistake. He knew he had a year from the date of a storm to file a hail damage claim. He didn't know when that claim got denied twice that it was too late for him to file a lawsuit. Fox 43 finds out how you can protect yourself.
They went up on this roof right here, and they started looking around, and they said, well, we're not seeing anything. We're not seeing damage.
Richard Cairo says he has hail damage on the roof of his Cumberland County home from a storm back in May of 2018. However, his homeowner's insurance company at the time, Erie Insurance, told him there was no damage.
They came out, I think, around April 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, took a look and said, no, we don't see any hail damage.
Cairo had a certified roofing contractor tell him there was hail damage. So someone at Erie said Cairo could hire an engineer to inspect the roof. And he did. He paid $300.
He looked at it and then produced a report for us with photographs in which he confirmed the fact that indeed there was hail damage to our roof.
Then Erie wanted its own engineer to take another look.
On August 30th, Erie issues another letter to us and saying, no, our engineer has looked at it. Our engineer doesn't agree with your engineer, and therefore we refuse your claim.
The entire process from the time the claim was first filed to the final denial took several months. At that point, Cairo filed a small claims action against Erie for the cost of the roof, which experts estimate would be around $16,000.
And so we thought, well, we better get moving on this.
What he didn't know until it was too late is that when he signed on to his homeowner's insurance policy, there's a clause that states a suit must be brought within 1 year after the loss or damage occurs.
You get an insurance policy, it's pages and pages long. The average consumer is not going to know every clause within their insurance policy.
His lawsuit was dismissed because of that 1 year clause.
Based on that point, he argued that we could not sue. And so the case really never got to the merits of whether there was damage or not. It was cut off at that point.
Before May 15th, Cairo even sent Erie a letter asking that company to waive the clause.
They came back right away and said, no, we're not going to waive it. We're not waiving anything. They won't give the consumer a break.
This is the insurance company putting it in their policy because they're allowed to do it by Pennsylvania case law.
Attorney Scott Cooper says this is not the first time a case like this has happened.
People have tried to say, well, I didn't find out about it until April, so that would be the 1 year that starts. And there was a recent case from federal court where the court said, no, it's 1 year from the date that you're claiming the incident happened. that you have to file a lawsuit.
Which essentially means Cairo would have had to file a claim and a lawsuit around the same time.
The problem in our case was that we really didn't have all the information that we needed at that point to pursue any kind of a lawsuit before May 15, 2019. So it put us in a very difficult position, and it would put any consumer in a very difficult position.
Do I think it's reasonable? No. I think what they should do is, as long as you notify them at the first possible moment, then they give you a year from then.
Cooper says Cairo and other people in a similar situation have three options. They could go through the court system and continue to appeal decisions. He says that can take years. They can also file a bad faith case. Instead of suing for the cost of the roof, they would sue based on the fact that they believe Erie should have approved the claim in the first place. Or they could hope the legislature could change the law.
My thinking would be whoever would want to do this, you have a better chance of going through the court system than the legislature.
Cairo says through all of this, he's learned a lesson.
Don't be a nice guy, I guess, and wait and try to work it out with the insurance company. You're going to have to file a lawsuit.
There are other lawsuits against Erie Insurance right now because of that hailstorm back in 2018. And over the past year, dozens of people have emailed me saying Erie denied their hail damage claim. But everyone else in their neighborhood who had a different insurance company got a new roof. And that's the same case for Cairo. Now, we do have an update on the original lawsuit. You can find that on our website, fox43.com. And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox 43 wants to find out. Let me know, send me a message on Facebook, or shoot me an email at fox43findsout@fox43.com.